What's going on, guys, and welcome back to Budget Aquatics and another episode of my experience with. So today I'm going to be doing a review and giving you my personal experience with the DCT 8000 return pump by J-Bow. Pretty much, if you don't know, a return pump simply recirculates water. It allows water. It pumps water from one area to another destination. Usually in the hobby, it's used in sumps, and they use it to pump water up from a sump to the main display as it goes through its cycle. So this pump is a great pump. So far, I have had no issues with it. This particular one ranges around the $130 price range on Amazon. I will leave a link to this product in the description below if you want to go check it out. So pretty much, I'm going to read some specs. This particular one is the DCT model, and it operates at 68 watts, puts out 8,000 liters per hour, and it has a max head height of 4.5 meters. You can do the conversions, they're not that difficult. It says it has a high performance with innovative electronic motor and energy saving up to 65%. IC electronic detection, automatic power off, protection upon no water, with wear resistant ceramic shaft with a longer operation life. So these come in various models. I currently have two of those models. I have the sister company to J-Bow, J-Cod, and that's a DCS 2000, and that's in the 2-in-1 tank. I believe DCS is the newest pump code, and you can find anything from DCP, I believe, to DCT, and pretty much they're not very important. All you need to know is that the difference, I think, references whether you can run it straight to PVC or if you need rubber fittings, rubber hoses, stuff like that. And usually there's minor changes in max head height and water volume. So this pump comes with a controller. It has 8 modes, as well as a separate feed mode, which will shut the pump off for 10 minutes, and then after those 10 minutes it will automatically come back on. Now it has an auto ramping up feature, so when you plug it in, it will gradually increase the output up until the point you have pre-selected it. It's very simple to use. It's self-priming. You don't have to worry about doing anything to this pump. You hook it up and you turn it on, and that's it. So one thing I will recommend when running return pumps is to have a check valve. Pretty much what it allows water to do is to go up through, and it has some type of way of stopping water draining back through the pump. So essentially what this does is, let's say you're out and the power cuts off and you're not gonna be home for a while. Depending on how your sump is set up, water will drain from the drain points on your tank down to your sump, but it will reach a limit to where it can't drain anymore, and it will stop. Now what a check valve allows the water to do is stop flowing, because what can happen is water can flow back through the piping for the return pump and drain back into the sump through the return pump. So usually if you have a lower return than your drain, I recommend for sure 100% you need a check valve if you don't want to come home to a floor flooded with water. If your drain is higher than your return, if your return is higher than your drain, then you generally don't have anything to worry about. It's not really necessary, but you can never really be too safe, right? So back to the pump, I'm gonna head over here and show you how I have the DCT 8000 running. I did purchase this one secondhand. I think I got it on Amazon for around I believe I paid around $80. I'm not 100% sure as of this moment. It was a while ago, but it's a great pump, great value. Now, if you want more features, I wouldn't suggest going with this pump. I would go with maybe a Vectra. Now they have a little Vectra M1, which will accommodate a lot of smaller tanks. And that allows you to be able to utilize a ReefLink, which is their Wi-Fi enabled system. So you can have the app on your phone and you can adjust and monitor everything as you go wherever you are in the world. This, I don't believe there is a support for that. So pretty much you set it and you cross your fingers and hope that everything goes well. Now, that being said, I have only had one issue with this pump, and that was I tried to ramp it up all the way. I believe I was just testing it out, and what would happen is it would get to about the third point up from the highest max volume of water flow, and then it would shut down and start up again, and it would just continue that cycle. Now, I don't know if that it was a safety feature, maybe it was drawing too much amperage or wattage and it's a safety thing and it shuts it off. I don't know if that's why this pump is used in the first place, but lucky for me, the 8000 is more than enough for what I need. I don't need this, but you can't really go wrong. Bigger for the value, it was a better value to buy the bigger 8000 than it was to buy a 4 or 6000. So I only run it at about, I believe is maybe the first or the second setting, and I will show you. I'll take you over to the pump so you can see how I have it set up. But overall, great value, great pump, cheap in comparison to some of the other pumps on the market. I would recommend keeping an extra one just in case anything happens, and you will still be in it for less than some of the other pumps out there. So now I'm gonna head over and show you it on the tank and show you how I have it set up. So here again is my sump. I know you guys have seen it many times. It's a 20-gallon long that I have used glass panels to set it up how I wanted it. I decided to run my pump in the center, my drain mechanical filtration to the left, and my refugium to the right. So as you can see here, it is a DCT 8000 and it's running currently at its second output level, and pretty much it's simple to operate. Plus for more water, negative for less water, and I'll show you it up here. If you go up and you can see the increase in flow, and as you see there, it's shut off and it's going to restart. And this is what I mean, when I try and put it at max, it will shut off and turn back on, and I believe that's probably why whoever purchased it returned it, but I did get it secondhand for a great discount, and I can't really complain because I never need to get close to that. There it was again. You see it shut off and you see it turn back on. But I believe if you get a new unit, you wouldn't have anything really to worry about. So I'm gonna ramp it back down to where it normally is, which is at the second level. Feed mode is a button right here. Press it, light comes on, pump shuts off for 10 minutes, and then it automatically comes back on. You can cancel that anytime and it will start. Now I'll be quiet so you can hear it ramping up, hopefully. So essentially it sounds like a, I don't know, some type of jet engine firing up, going through a startup sequence. But yeah, you see now my flow is back and it works really, really well. Now going back to the check valve, I'll do a separate review on that, but essentially that's how it's set up. The pump pumps water up through this. This is a spring actuated check valve, so it pushes water up, pushes the spring back and allows water to flow up. Now you usually need a specific type of pressure, a specific amount of pressure to actuate that spring, so be aware. Utilizing the same one on my other tank, I can tell you right now that it's somewhere, to fully actuate, it's somewhere in the 400 plus gallon per hour range. So if you're gonna be setting something up with less than that, you will probably have issues getting water past that actuator. So it pumps water up, and as water comes back down, that water closes off the actuator, which has some type of seal or gasket, and that stops water from feeding back through the pump and potentially overflowing your sump and wetting your floor. So just keep that in mind when you're setting up a return pump. But that's for another video. Here you have the DCT 8000. I've been running it for the last 6 months with absolutely zero issues. So if you guys like what you saw here today, you like the J-Bow DCT 8000 or DCT line or DC line in general. These are DC pumps, by the way, hence the prefix DC. So they are going to be running on a lower voltage than an AC pump. So if you like what you saw in the video, go ahead, check it out. I suggest everybody try something before they go spending tons of money on more expensive equipment. Yeah, you usually get what you pay for, but sometimes you get a lot more. Sometimes it takes companies a little while to do their R&D and to get you a product that works, that won't break the bank. So I know a lot of people have had issues with these pumps. I personally have not as of yet, and when I do, I will let you guys know. But as for now, nothing but good things to say about the majority of the J-Bow line in total. So if you like what you see here, please like and subscribe. This is episode 2 of my experience with, and today it was the DCT 8000. Thank you guys for stopping by. Have a good one.